Good morning, everyone. How y'all doing? I have not been making videos lately because of the craziness involved with Anime NJ, but today I was always planning to make a video about Anime NJ, and I still will. But as you guys know, we've had a couple other things happening recently that have kind of slowed me down a little bit. As you know, we've been brought to our attention that the Kamen Rider collection uh, was basically had an audio issue. This was brought to our attention pretty early after we started to ship the first few. Just to bring up everyone up to speed, we did stop shipping. So we basically, once we got this notice that there was an issue with the audio, we wanted to make sure. There's no sense in sending out 1,000 of these, and basically everyone has the issue, and then we're going to have to fix it. So what we decided to do was we halted the shipping. I think 300 units or about that went out. So that already went out, and people saw it, and that's how come we got the comments about the Shin video. So we then started to look at all the comments, kind of analyze them, and what happened was we noticed that people were saying that the audio was a second off. Now, a second off is quite a bit of time. So, given the 24 frames, all that kind of stuff. So we kind of felt that probably it may be a mistake or something was wrong. Then we checked closer at it, and we noticed that seemed to be that the lip flap and the audio was we were about 5, 6 frames off. Now, we kind of knew this already. It wasn't like this was new information for us. The reason why our QC didn't really, kind of say what's going on here was that basically this film, when it was shot, it's an older film, as you can tell, and a lot of the films at that time were all done ADR. And I don't think this is a big, thing for people who do collect old films, but it was done ADR, and they have a tendency to drift. There'll be a little bit of like maybe off a frame here, off a frame there. Lip flap doesn't match exactly, as you know about, when you see people when you see the English dubs, you see all that kind of stuff. The lip flap, even when it's own native language, like we used to watch a lot of Italian horror films, and even when it's their own native language, it doesn't match. So we really didn't take it so seriously. The other thing too is we had people who were more Kamen Rider experts than us, and we kind of felt, this is it. We were kind of figuring that if there was an issue or something, would have been brought to our attention. So it wasn't, and for whatever reasons, that's basically it got past us. Just so you guys understand, when we got the materials from Toei, the video basically we got, HD on J and Zo, and we got SD on Shin. Now, we really weren't happy with Shin, the way the video was, and even with our encoding software and everything, even when we maxed out the compression, we maxed it out to 25 gigs or did whatever, it just wouldn't really gonna look that good. We didn't like it. The colors, it just didn't feel right. So what we did was when we spoke with experts and we kind of said, we can just take it from the Japanese Blu-ray. Just so you guys know, this isn't a big mystery in the industry. There's a reason why usually everything that's released already has a Japanese Blu-ray. It's mostly because it's just easy. You go there, you rip the video, and you throw it on your release. And then the guys on Blu-ray.com, they could say, yeah, it matches exactly. They go pick by pick and stuff like that. And then they, they'll usually, they pick the worst or whatever. And then they'll compare one pick of a film that's 24 frames and how many minutes, okay? So the thing about it, though, is that we did that because we kind of felt that was the way. So what we did was we didn't actually rip it. We actually found someone who had it. They gave us the file. Again, it was, so what we did was we just laid the file in. We didn't do any work on it. So it wasn't like this was done in the authoring or whatever process. What happened was whoever, the file provided to us, for whatever this software that did this rip, basically, that messed up the audio a little bit. Now, again, we were not aware, and the ADR issue and all that kind of stuff, that was going to happen. So we kind of felt, go ahead, go on and do your thing. So we let it go. And so now we do have this issue. We did now check against the Japanese Blu-ray, another rip that we got of it, a better one. And basically, yes, it's off by 6 frames. So in the end, it comes down to 6 frames. So what we're going to do is this. We want everyone to have a great experience. We don't want people to, feel like they were gypped. This is a very big release for us. We included World. We went out of our way to do more. We did the interviews. We got the commentaries. We put the booklet together. So we feel that it's not right to say, oh, it's just 6 frames, live with it. What we're going to do now is basically we'll correct it. Now, how we're going to correct it? We still feel the source we have, the SD source that was supplied from Japan, is just not very good. So we're going to continue with using the Japanese Blu-ray as far as the video itself and the audio. What we're going to do, though, is we need to now play with the audio a little bit just to make it match exactly and make it match the same way. So we have that Japanese Blu-ray. We have audio and video now. And what we'll do is we'll just make sure throughout the whole thing, frame by frame, that they match exactly to what the source is. A lot of people feel always the Japanese Blu-ray, well, that's the source, and you have to always go by that, and we could have made life easier for ourselves and just kind of just ripped all 3 movies and threw it on there with the audio, and everyone would have been whatever. And we gave you World. World looks amazing. I have to admit, they did a pretty nice job. That transfer, it's a brand new one, not available anywhere else. So that one came together. So now there are people now already talking, you go to the Blu-ray forums and everything. Oh, they look at one pick versus another pick and stuff like that. When it comes to Jay and Zoe, we felt that, honestly, the Japanese have a tendency to really just gloss over everything. Like, what they're trying to do is, like, they kind of like with Fudo. With Fudo, we did HDR on it. When you do the HDR and you do it, sometimes you have a tendency to almost make it like an anime, kind of like all the colors start to just, become one palette. Now, the thing is, you need film grain. This is film. This is where, it's shot on film. You don't want to lose the film grain. You don't want to lose the sweat beads and all that kind of stuff. You want to have that feel. You're going to have slight imperfection here, slight imperfection, but that's what film is. It's not, digital video. It's not going to be perfect throughout. The audio will not be perfect throughout. That's why you watched film. So what we felt was again, just like we did with Fudo, we wanted to keep more grain into the film. So when we did the encode, first of all, we maxed it out. So everyone's with the encoding. Every software is different. So that's another thing you got to keep in mind. When every software is different, they may, one may add a little more encoding on a frame, one may not. And you can't compare the bit rates because depending on the software you use, what happens is one software may feel, well, on this frame, you didn't need as much, and this one you did, and then you check it over and you could rerun it on a certain number of frames and that. And again, we're not looking to match the exact thing on those films for Jay and Zoe. We wanted it to have some more grain. We wanted to have a little bit more feel of the film experience. And what we felt the author probably, the director, author, that's what they wanted. So that's what we did. And on those films, we did, the people who also alerted us to the audio, we did ask them about film and, the feel and what. And they said, yes, people can be nitpicky. They just go to one frame and then they post it up there. Again, a film is not one frame. So it's kind of like what we did is like, I could show you this frame, actually one of the people provided us with a frame of, I'll show you now, this first one I'm going to show you basically is the Japanese one. If you could tell, all the greens, everything is very flat, all the colors are flat. It's basically you HDR'd the hell out of it, or you flattened all the colors and you're losing the grain. Now with the next one, and putting it up now, basically, as you can see, you see the grain, you see the slight, you'll be able to see that this was a film. It's not just, shot with a digital camera. So you get to retain all that stuff. So that was our decision. That's what we did, and we stand behind it. We still feel it looks better. We prefer it that way. Film is film. We don't feel it's digital. So that's kind of our position on it. As far as the other stuff goes, like I said, you got all the extras, you got everything else. We put new ones in there. People ask, well, how about the other ones you were talking about? We tried to get everything we can. The easiest thing for us to do was to basically simply make our own. So, and we included World. We really think it looks amazing, and we hope you guys enjoy it. I think it's the only place it's been released. I don't think anywhere else in the world. So we do think, I hope you were happy other than this issue. So now back to the issue. Like I said, we're going to now fix it. We have to go in there and basically over the next week or so, we'll fix it, go through the audio again, make sure it now matches what the Japanese Blu-ray was, and take it from there, because that's going to be our, you need to have that marker to say, okay, that's what's right. So we're going to do that. Just give us a little time to do that. And what's going to happen is we will we're going to have to BDCMF it and send it up there and get all new raw discs. And then what we're going to do is replace them on the ones we have here. And then for anyone who was shipped out, you'll automatically just get one. So it's not like you have to ask for a replacement or anything. We're just going to send it to you in a little, or a little disc holder or whatever. We'll put it out there and you guys will get it. So basically, we hope that puts everything to rest. And we really do hope you enjoy the release and, want to do more of this type of stuff. We did this through the storefront. We're going to continue to do that with special releases. First and Next will have a similar thing going on. We're even doing that now with Chew Bra and some other stuff that Dub has done on Chew Bra. So just keep an eye out for that stuff. But yes, we are going to fix it. There will be replacements set out for that audio issue. And, that's really all I got to say. Just be a little bit more patient. We're sorry that you guys have to keep waiting, but we want to get it right. I think you guys want it right, and I think it's best for everyone. All right? You guys have a great day. Take care.